I guess one of the I will hit the ground running, even though this one is not just about, the campaign, is also about the global issues we are having, which is also a problem in Nigeria as to why Nigeria at this stage is still refining and importing something that God has given to us naturally and still bringing it from outside. Now it's no longer news that fuel has gone from 995 naira, in some places they sell 800, to 1,300 naira. Now everything has inflated. Coming to work, everything has gone high. The transportation. I know one thing with Nigerians, they just want to hear ka. They'll go ka 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 ka. Now everything, even the people that had old stock, their things now are expensive. Now, if they were selling the biscuits for 500 naira, now it's madam, it's 600 naira now. No, I paid transport. We have a problem.
Yeah, actually, it's a
really have a problem.
It's a very big problem based on the fact that, number one, we've come to know in this country that anything that goes up doesn't even come down.
There's no
gravitational force in our economic system, basically. Yeah, so apart from that, and all this inflation and fuel hikes and the rest, the youth are the one that gets to suffer the most. Yeah, we suffer through our businesses. Small businesses will now start,
especially micro businesses.
There's no adequate electricity to run your business anymore. The transportation fare will increase definitely. What they call it, logistics. Those young guys that are into these delivery bikes and the rest, their own stuff too will increase. So the whole thing affects. It all affects the Nigerian youth, especially, and every other public, every other person, every other citizen of this country. And the thing, what is more worrisome, is the fact that currently, even with the presence of our Dangote refinery, that has really been a blessing to the nation.
I was going to come to that.
Yeah, Dangote refinery has been a blessing to the nation. Still yet, I keep wondering why, because from what I read in the report, they say it's due to this global crisis between the US and Iran, because of the coast of Hormuz that have been shut down and the rest. Yeah, so, but again, we produce oil, we produce petrol, we have refineries, working refineries like the Dangote refinery. So I keep wondering why is the fuel price keep going up consistently at this point in time where there is crisis?
There's a refinery.
There's a refinery. So is it the fault of the marketers, the oil marketers that are trying to do this? Hopefully we are waiting for Dangote, because it seems Dangote has the heart for the people.
Yes.
Yeah. So we are waiting for his response as regarding this.
But hold on right there, Mr. Kelvin. When you say Dangote has the heart of the people, statistics has shown that if Dangote has 8,000 people working in his refinery, 3,000 or 2,500 are Nigerians. The rest are foreigners. In a country like Nigeria, where Nigeria is supposed to dominate, yes, we need outsiders. But why is it like?
See, when you run a business, right? When you run a business, you've invested millions, right? Hundreds of millions. You will definitely take better strategies at securing your investment. Okay. Yeah, Dangote employing foreigners.
Are you saying that Nigerians are not better investments?
Yes, most Nigerians.
Nigerian youths?
No, we spoke one time and I told you most Nigerian youths are not employable. I told you. Most Nigerian youths are not employable. But you
see a lot of us graduate every day.
Forget about the graduation.
Go
First of all, our education system is a mess.
For work.
That service the purpose of that service is defeated. That NYSC, maybe that stock should be for another time. NYSC should be scraped out because
why? Come on now, you can't say that.
The purpose of NYSC is defeated. NYSC was created to make Nigeria one.
Yes.
To make everybody. That's why they will post someone from Enugu to Zamfara.
Yes.
Post someone from Zamfara, but it's defeated because
hence security.
Hence the creation. Hence we have indigene of Oyo in NYSC camp, indigene of Ogun State in NYSC camp. Hence we have Christian Corpers Association of Nigeria, Muslim Corpers Association of Nigeria. That purpose has been defeated. Now that is one side.
We'll come back to this story some other time.
Now Dangote has a good heart for Nigerians. We can look at it's evidence, during the last, when he launched Dangote refinery and when NNPC was fighting him seriously. Dangote had to go all out, get more trailers, get more tankers, to transport this fuel directly to the marketers, that is to the fuel station owners, right? And it was through its influence that the price of fuel was beaten down to the barest minimum, right? Yeah, so I believe He's going to come out. And forget the fact that he has many foreigners working with him. I feel Nigerians are not really, most Nigerians are not employable, right? That's thing.
When you say not employable, what do you really mean by not employable? Because I mean, these people have skills. Nigerian youths have skills. Have you seen how Nigerian youths, do amazing things when they leave the country?
Yes,
the
you say,
effort they put.
when they leave the country, right?
Yes.
Yes.
But are they not the same people? They have the same skill.
Do you know that there are some Nigerian youths? We're just looking at one side. You know there are some Nigerian youths who go out there and constitute nuisance.
Of course, yes. But the percentage is very narrow.
Yeah. Who told you that?
What is the ratio?
Who told you that the percentage is low? So I'm not saying that Nigerians are not hardworking, Nigerians are not skillful.
Yeah.
Yes, but most, especially from our schooling system, okay, if you want to depend on the Nigerian schooling system for you to be successful, you'll be on a long thing, like the brand say, you'll be in a very long thing. It's not really possible for you to finish from Nigerian school, a school in Nigeria, except a top-notch school, that values real education and values innovation and values technology, okay, and know that there's actually involvement, right? But other schools, especially public schools, public universities and public polytechnics, these people, they have their curriculum is outdated, right? What they teach them in school is not really applicable in real time, in the real world, okay? So that is where I believe Dangote had to go out to source for the best of engineers, right, that will come and work in this refinery.
Imagine how defeated we are that Dangote refinery had to go out to source for foreigners when we have Shebi, they just celebrated engineering days. You saw all the engineers come up. They came up, they were celebrating themselves. So of all the thousands of people and youths that did engineering, they were unemployable. We are over 200. The last time census was done, you remember how long that's been up to almost how many years now census was done? So, in fact, right now we should be more than that one. We should be more than 200 million.
Yes.
So, of all the 200, let's say youths are like maybe 100 or 120 million youths are all unemployable. It's only 3,000.
I didn't say 120 million youths are all unemployable. Of course, there are some youths who are employable in this amount of youth, yes, and maybe due to the fact of chance and time, they're not able to get this. But most Nigerian youth, how you can go out there and hold real conversation with Nigerian youth, you get to see that most of them are not employable. How you can go there, or someone that runs a business, they will complain to you. I've seen people that complain. They'll complain that Nigerians are not ready to work. Right, we're not ready to work. They just believe in magic, prayer, and gamble and other things. Right? Most Nigerian youths are not ready to work. Yes, they're not ready to put in the work. Our work ethic in this country is actually very, very low compared to the other advanced countries. When you
even talk about those advanced countries, do you see how their bosses act and how their fellow colleagues act? Some workspaces are really toxic. There's some youths that will tell you, I don't want to do 9 to 5 anymore, because some colleagues, some bosses are just nothing to write them about. They are toxic. They bring toxicity from their home. Some of them will bring their relationship problems, their family problems, their husband and wife problems, and exert all of that on you, especially when they are in places of control. You see them, unnecessarily make life difficult for their fellow colleagues, and most of those things can cause a burnout, can cause you to be very your mind to leave the place, or the encouragement to be very low. You'll be discouraged.
I think for when you say toxic environment in the workplace, that one, it now depends. I don't think if you are giving in your best, as a worker in a company, I don't think those kind of things will come close to you. Yeah, if you are giving in your best. Are you
sure?
Yeah, I don't think. I'm not saying like 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, but in most cases.
But what you're saying is not most. It's 20. Just 20%.
No, how do you
80%?
How were you able to come? How were you able to arrive at that?
I've been able to do some reports on young people who work for people or who work for bosses. Some of them will tell you, my boss is this, my boss is that. It feels like it's only the Gen Zs that are able to, stand up these days to their bosses or their colleagues or act some type of way, which is not what we're talking about today. We're talking about, how the fuel is affecting us. How are we going to live well? I know you have a lot to say, especially on that. Let's leave that for now. Let's talk about the fuel, the issues surrounding the fuel, and how Nigerians are also a reason why there's just this sudden inflation to fellow human beings, to fellow Nigerians?
Basically, the Nigerian government should look into this, sincerely, sincerely into this this fuel hike.
Oil issue.
Yeah, they should look into it and probably sit with stakeholders who have the interests of Nigerians at heart, because not all people who play in the oil sector in this country have the interest
of the people.
Most of them, like 90% of stakeholders in the oil industry, do not have the people at heart. Okay. In fact, from what I can even deduce, from me looking at the whole thing from afar, it's only Dangote who just entered into the oil industry recently that have the good of the people.
No, you can't say so. There's some, oil companies, there's some, marketers who are good. MRS is good.
They fought Dangote. You read the news now.
Yeah, they fought Dangote.
They really frustrated
Maybe
Dangote.
Because they didn't want that monopoly. Dangote already has sugar, has salt, has cement, has a lot. Maybe they didn't want to feel like, is it only Dangote? Is it only Dangote?
So far, he's solving a problem. If God destined him that, okay, you are going to solve the whole problem across all the industries that power the nation, then so be it. Okay, yeah, it doesn't mean that.
Well, how possible is that?
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. People carry different anointing, right?
Anointing flow. Now we talk about this again.
Yeah, so it's actually very, very possible. Okay, yeah, but from what I can see, most oil marketers are corrupt and greedy.
Very corrupt.
Yeah, that's right. Hence this fuel hike, because they had that oil is now scarce, in the international market due to this global crisis between Iran and US.
Is oil even scarce? Oil is not even scarce. I've not seen a queue.
What is the reason
Coming
why?
To work, I didn't see a queue.
So what is the reason?
What's the reason? Why is it?
So it's just mere wickedness. And I think Dangote, I pray and I hope. That's the usual way of we Nigerians.
You always pray.
We always pray and hope.
Pray.
So I can't help. So I pray and I hope.
So you're among the prayer warriors of Nigeria.
They say if you can't beat them, join them. So
you have left me on this team. It's not fair.
So I just pray and hope that Dangote comes into this issue and let them see how these fuel prices can go down. And also Nigerians, we should stop being wicked to each other. Not at the slightest opportunity we just increase. And these prices don't come down. They never come down.
Imagine.
Even though the oil price come down, they won't come down. They will just still leave it there. And they're waiting for the next increase to increase it again. So that's how it is. So Nigerians, number one, should try as much as possible not to be wicked to themselves. And oil marketers should try as much as possible not to be greedy. And government should step into this to salvage the issue.
And government should try as much as possible to serve the people, because when we talk about government is the people. There's no other thing outside government if it's not the people. It is the people that is the government. So please let this be a call to wake up. Nigerians should stop suppressing, showing unnecessary wickedness to their fellow Nigerians, because I have always been of the idea, and I'll always say that the problem of Nigeria is Nigerians. Do with that and say whatever you want to do. Do with that, or how did they say, do with that whatever you want to do, or as you please. Thank you for joining us on Youth Agenda today. Kelvin and I from our decks were saying hello, good night, good morning, good whatever, at whatever time you see this, and have a nice day. Thank you.